Freddie Woolfolk, and I've been given the great opportunity to read a book called The Dullest Pencil by William T. Holt. Just an overview, it begins by saying, "Oh no, trouble awaits when Thomas forgets to do what his mother asked again." He didn't mean to forget, he just kind of forgot. If only he could remember everything like Papa does. Over the summer, Papa teaches Thomas his secret to remembering everything he has to do. How would Thomas know it works? Papa comes up with a great plan to see what Thomas learned. Along the way, Thomas discovers how rewarding it is to get things done and how others are dependable because they understand how the dullest pencil works to sharpen his mind. The dullest pencil puts a simple concept everyone learns into a fun-filled tale that turns trouble into triumph. Now, The Dullest Pencil, William T. Holt. Summertime was always fun, but no one enjoyed it more than Thomas. Each summer he got to spend time with his grandfather, Papa. As Thomas finished breakfast, he heard his mother call him from down the hall. "Thomas, come here, please." "Yes, Mama," Thomas answered. "Didn't I ask you to empty the toys from this toy chest a long time ago?" she said with disappointment. "I need to put away these winter clothes and don't have time to clear it with all the things I have to do today." Thomas remembered Mama telling him to clear the trunk weeks ago. He knew he should have done it by now. "Oh, I forgot." "Sorry, Mama," Thomas replied. He didn't mean to forget. He just kind of forgot. Thomas began to clear out the toy chest. Ding dong! Papa had arrived. "Where's Thomas? Is he ready to go?" Papa asked, seeing she was a little frustrated. "No, Dad. He has some work to do first," she responded. "Is everything okay?" "You just seem upset," Papa said. "I'm disappointed with Thomas. He can't remember to do the things I asked of him, and I need his help," Mama explained. Thomas just kept working. He knew she was right. Once he finished, they said goodbye and headed out. Papa noticed Thomas was very quiet. "You know, when I was your age," said Papa, "I forgot to do all the time the things my mama asked me to do." "Really? But you never forget anything," Thomas responded. Papa chuckled. "I learned the dullest pencil builds the sharpest mind. I can help you learn that too." Thomas responded. Papa reached into his shirt pocket and pulled out a small but familiar notepad. "You see this notepad?" Papa asked. "This is why I remember things so well. I've used a notepad like this since I was about your age." Thomas looked at the notepad carefully as Papa's parked the car at Mr. Cruz's corner store. As he flipped through the pages, he saw all the things written in it. Most items were marked through and some were written from one page to the next. But the last page with the writing had notes for that day. Some things such as "Pick up Thomas," "Pick up special items from Mr. Cruz," "Bring eggs, milk, bread, and bananas." And as they entered the store, a familiar voice said hello. It was Mr. Cruz, Papa's longtime friend. "Well, well, look who's here." "Hi there, little fella," Mr. Cruz said. "Hello, Mr. Cruz," Thomas responded, shaking his hand and giving a good squeeze like Papa taught him. "Well, let me see here," Mr. Cruz said. Thomas watched as Mr. Cruz pulled out a little notepad, just like Papa's. Mr. Cruz flipped through a few pages. "Ah, here we go," he said, finding the note. "Mr. Cruz, why do you use that notepad?" asked Thomas. "A wise man taught me the dullest pencil builds the sharpest mind. Ever since then, I have copied and carried a notepad and remembered to do most everything, he said. That's what you just said, Papa, Thomas shouted. Papa winked and nodded his head as he paid for the items and they headed out. Papa, do you think I would remember things if I had a notepad? Thomas asked. I think it would be a big help, Papa answered. Thomas asked Mr. Cruz if he sold the little notepads. Mr. Cruz reached under the counter and pulled out a green notepad. Here you are, little fella. This is for you, no charge. Thank you, Mr. Cruz, Thomas responded. Thomas was excited and to have his own notepad, but was not sure how to use it. What should I write in it, Papa? He asked. Great question, replied Papa. Let me show you what I do. Papa explained how he wrote down things he needed to do or remember. Last, he showed Thomas how he marked through completed items and carried over items he didn't do to the next day. Thomas understood what to do, but wondered if he'd remember everything. How will I know it will work? Thomas asked. Tell you what, little man, I will make you a deal, Papa said, pulling a white envelope from his pocket. If you remind me about this when I take you home, there will be a surprise for you. Thomas agreed and wrote the first entry in his notepads. Remind Papa about the envelope. All summer, Thomas did many tasks. Along the way, he met other people using lists, but instead of using pencils, they made notes in different ways. Kim's list was an app on her cell phone. Omar used a program on his tablet. Sophia used a notepad just like this. His buddy William, who was blind, used a voice recorder to play back his list. Even Grandma used her computer to remember recipes. It was time for Thomas to return home. He took with him a notepad of items completed and fond memories. As Papas drove back to the city, Thomas took and talked about the fun he had had, how great it felt remembering everything he had to do. When they arrived, Thomas showed Mama all the things he did and the funny story that happened along the way. Wow, sounds like you had a lot of fun, Mom replied. Thomas noticed the only item not marked off was remind Papa about the envelope. Papa remembered the envelope, Thomas reminded. Oh, yes, Papa, replied with a smile. This is for you, little man. Thomas opened the envelope, and inside was a crisp new $50 bill and a note. Thank you, Papa, Thomas shouted. You earned it, Papa replied. Always remember the dullest pencil builds the sharpest mind. Love, Papa. Thomas read the writing on the little piece of notebook paper and made him smile. Thomas never forgot the lesson. As long as he used his pencil and notepad to write things down, he remembered to do everything he was asked to do. The end.